Walking through the meadows, I stopped to roast some meat, and a thought occurred to me. What is the best way to set myself up for success in this world? One thing I want to do a lot of in this world is building. As such, I figured having farms to automate resources where possible would be really helpful. I decided the best steps for me to take were to build a Greydwarf farm that we can AFK for stone, wood, resin, and trophies. Then building a logging camp nearby would make that even more productive. We're also going to build an automatic boar farm for the meat, leather, and trophies. These builds will need a lot of wood, so killing the elder first in order to obtain the faster tree chopping ability would be essential. And once that's all done, it will truly be time to establish a foothold in the swamp so that we can then start the Iron Age. And exploring the swamp is one of many things I'm going to do in my upcoming live stream on this world. A link to that is in the description, but that is everything we're going to do today, starting with the elder fight. Doing all of this will give us an excellent foundation to make a truly incredible forever world. Now, the first thing I want to do before the elder fight is to upgrade our bow, because that'll be our primary weapon, so getting the firewood bow as high as we can is going to make life a lot easier during the fight. So it just needs a bit of firewood, corewood, and deer hide, which we have lots of, and we've got it from level 1 right the way up to the max quality level 4 there. So right now we're looking at the PS there of 41, which is pretty good. If we compare that to the normal firewood bow, it's only 32, so 9 points higher, and that's for every shot, so it's going to make quite a big difference. Now, to go along with the bow, we're going to make up a load of fire arrows as well. This is going to be super useful. Oh, actually, I remember now as well. If we hold down left shift, we can actually craft 5 at a time, so we make up like 100 arrows at a time. This is something that's been in the game for a little while, but I totally forgot about it, so don't know if I'm alone on that one. Let me know in the comments, but yeah, it's pretty useful. Now, in terms of the number we're going to need, I'm going to take about 200 with me. We won't necessarily need that many, but we'll see how we go. So we've got 207 there. Let's see how many we actually use when we get there. Now, another useful thing is that during my stream, we actually started the fermentation of some mead here. So we've got our healing mead. We also have some poison mead. Now, we won't need poison mead for that fight, but the healing mead's pretty good. We might as well take that out. Now, hopefully, if I do the fight well, then we won't even need the healing mead. But it is mead we're talking about, so I'd imagine I probably will use one. And the final thing to think about really is going to be the food. So let's grab out a load of raspberries and blueberries and light this fire up. Do I have some wood on me? I guess it's in here. And the reason we want to do that is to make up some Queen's Jam. And we're going to use that in conjunction with honey and carrot soup. So these are going to be our foods for the fight. These are just my preferred ones because I like to go down a heavy stamina route because we're going to be using the bow as our main weapon. And I find you need to do a lot of running away and hiding when you're fighting the Elder as well. Although maybe that's just me. And beyond that, there's not a lot left to do. We're going to have a little sleep. We set up a portal in our live stream so we can portal over to the Elder, which is just up here. And then we just need to clear any nests that are nearby, any trolls, anything like that, so we don't have to fight them during the fight. But other than that, we're pretty much ready to spawn him in. Of course, to do that, we will need our seeds, which we have 4 of in here. We only need 3 of them. And the final thing we want to do is just have a sleep so that we don't have to do this fight during the night. And then when we wake up the next morning, we'll just go and get it out the way straight away, and it'd be very good to have that Elder ability. As I lay there trying to sleep, I knew the Elder would be resting up for the big fight, and I started to imagine how I could train for this fight to ensure my success. Yeah, that should do it. All right, well, here we are. I actually waited for it to be a bit sunnier so that it would be a bit brighter on camera, but we're midway through the day. We're going to do the Elder fight. I've had a scope out around the area and just made sure that there are no Greydwarf nests nearby and trolls and stuff, because you don't have to worry about them during the fight. Now, our food has all been eaten and has taken effect. You see I've gone very stamina heavy, so hopefully don't take too many hits. The only thing to do now is to put the seeds in, and let's also get our Ep2 going and go from here. Now, if you want to, you can, when the Elder's spawning in, place down some campfires in order to set him on fire. And I just thought that was cheesing it a little bit, and for the first fight, I'd rather just do it kind of more legit. That's not to say I'm not going to take some shots at him, though, because we can certainly do that from over here. And being the furthest pillar away is good. Now, what I'm going to do is just give you little updates along the way of anything interesting that happens in this fight. But if you'd like to see the full fight, it is one of the things I'm going to be doing on my next live stream, which is coming up this weekend. And I might do a bit of a challenge to it as well. So maybe we'll do the Elder fight without a bow or campfires or anything like that. So we have to just melee him or something like that. Again, I'm always open to your suggestions on that sort of stuff. You can leave those down in the Discord. But let's get on with this fight. And you can see here the upgraded Firewood bow is really making short work of the Elder right from the start. All right, we just took a little bit of damage there from the roots that he shoots out at you. You see we're down to 46. So it's not too bad in terms of the damage that you take if you do get hit. But in terms of like if you wanted to go and be a bit more protected in this fight, you could definitely have some foods that give you more health than what I've done. And it just means you have to be a bit slower and a bit more patient. But other than that, this fight is really straightforward, and I'm not predicting any problems here or any deaths. Famous last words, I know. But hopefully we're about to just end this thing and obviously get the good loot from that. And there we go, guys. The Elder has been defeated. Better be careful. Those roots are still here. We don't want to die to them. That would really suck to defeat the Elder and then die to that. But we're going to get, of course, the Crypt Key and the Elder Trophy, both of which I should say are incredibly useful. So there's the Elder Trophy, and here is our Crypt Key. Now, of course, you don't need the Swamp Key to get into crypts. I'm sure many of you know about the trick you can do there with the chairs and things. But for this world, I didn't want to really do anything like that. I don't want to use any exploits or glitches, like maybe for fun or something like that, like after we've already got the Crypt Key, but not like as a default. But yeah, you could always do that, of course. But we've got our key now and we're ready to go once we do get to the swamp. And incidentally, we did use less than like 50 arrows or something, maybe around 50 or 60 arrows. So that is the importance of having that fine wood bow. You can see it even barely took any durability off it. So if you want to make the Elder fight easy, a really strong fine wood bow is definitely the way to go with that. And here we are at spawn. We're of course going to put up our Elder trophy so we can get the ability. And I was thinking that whilst I'm here, I might as well actually make up a bit of an area here that we can spawn back to. So make a little portal that's protected up. First things first though, let's go and hang up our trophy. There we go. That looks awesome. And I won't activate that just yet. As I say, I'm going to set up a portal so we can come back here nice and easily whenever we need to activate that one, when we're going to get on with all that wood chopping for all the wood we need for those future builds. Now I'm going to make up the automatic boar farm and we're going to use the boar that we have here. So what I was thinking is this area here is kind of flat. Unfortunately, it's currently got my birch trees growing. I'm still waiting for that to happen. I think I did that on stream as well, and I said this is the first time I've ever planted trees in Valheim, so I don't even know how long they're actually going to take to grow. We'll take this tree down and we'll flatten the area out, but I'm kind of going to have to like wait for them to grow so I can chop them down. In fact, I should probably check on the wiki how long it takes for them to grow. Alright, so I just looked on the wiki and apparently it can take anywhere between 50 minutes, that's 50, and 1 hour 20 minutes, but I guess we'd have to be around them that whole time that they're loaded. And because we have several different ones, they'll obviously grow at different rates. As such, I am regrettably just going to take these down. So technically, I still will not have grown a tree in Valheim ever. But the kind of cool thing is that we can actually plant another tree somewhere else, maybe in our permanent base that we make on this world. And then the first tree I ever grow on Valheim will be in our forever world, and we can maybe have it as like a centerpiece and a real special place like in the main base. So that's the positive that's come out of this. So the next thing is we're going to flatten this whole area and make the pen and the boar farm thing, which I'll just do little updates along the way, show you how to make it in case you want to make your own. And the really tricky thing is going to be moving the boar from where they are here into that pen. But let's get all the basic stuff done first, all the flattening and clear this tree and stuff, and then worry about the difficult part later on. Okay, this is what I've come up with. It doesn't have to be perfectly flat, so I've just done a bit of flattening and just made a bit of an area here, and roughly in the middle here is where we're going to build up to make our boar pen. Now the design for this was inspired by Broadbent, and he made a tutorial on this. I will be sure to link that down in the description. Full credit goes to him on the design. I don't think I'll be making pretty much any changes to it. But let's go and get some materials together. We're going to need a lot of wood and also some core wood. So I think it's actually time to use that Elder ability for the first time. So we're going to go to the Black Forest here and do our tree chopping here. That way we can get core wood and normal wood simultaneously, which is awesome. And let's try this out. So I'm really excited to use this Elder ability for the first time. Let's press F and go up to one of these big trees. I guess this one here will do. And let's see the difference that it makes. So 1, 2, 3. If it does it in 4 hits, yeah, okay, that's pretty good. And then, as always, we'll create ourselves a nice tree graveyard. We've got the portal to get back to our base where there's a cart waiting for us. Oh boy, look at this. This is already going good. So let's really make the most of this and load up on the wood. Then we'll build the boar farm. Now, unfortunately, a troll has turned up. And it's unfortunate mostly because we're actually going to have to use up some of our Elder ability time here to fight this troll. But in saying that, I am very happy to get the drops from the trolls so that we can keep upgrading our troll armor. It's kind of just sod's law, right? It's always the way it goes. Whenever you don't want a troll to turn up, he will. Now he's running away. He's just making it more and more difficult for me. Well, we did manage to take the troll Boar down, as you can see there. He's propped up against the tree, so that's good. He actually ran away and then came back, so yeah, I guess he didn't take up too much of our elder ability. We'll have to pick all this up in a minute, though. You can see I'm creating a tree graveyard here, so the best thing to do is just to keep using your axe for the full elder ability, I think, and knock as many trees on top of the others as you can, and then get all that stuff ready to pick up, and then we can just come back and pick it up and use some of the time for the cooldown of that ability in the transportation of all the logs that we've got ready to go over to our base. I think that's the most efficient way to do it. Obviously, I know some people as well like to use trolls to actually chop trees down for themselves, but how about yourselves? What's your favorite way to get wood in Valheim? What do you find to be the fastest, most efficient way? Let me know down in the comments. I'd love to hear that. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is place down 3 4 meters high core wood poles. So that's gonna be a little tricky doing it in survival mode, obviously, but it's doable, of course. So we're going to place down, let's see, 1 here, and I think we can get the second one done as well, maybe. If we use Q and E, yeah, okay, we can get it done just about. There we go. And then for the next one, I guess we're going to have to build some scaffolding. So we're going to use ladders, of course. And what I'll probably do is, let me think, if I come out here a little bit and then go up like a second one like this. Yeah, okay, we just need to get high enough that we can basically place this on top. Again, if we use Q and E, there we go. So we've got 3 of those. All right, that's not too bad, but that is just the first bit. Now, at this stage, what we want to do is get one of these things, a little 1 meter beam, and let's place that one up like this. Yeah, okay, that should be good. And the next thing we're going to do then is place down some wooden flooring. So we need to go like, yeah, kind of like that, I think. 1 there. Oh boy, how are we going to do this? All right, let's see. If we line this up perfectly with the pole, or as perfectly as we can at least, so if we come to like there, and it's built into the side of the mountain, or the mountain's a bit steep, no pun intended, the cliff or whatever we've got there. How far up can we get here? I'm hoping we can build across like this. Oh boy, I predict a death coming here. Let's see, is that one going to hold? Let's just wait and double check before I stand on it, because if that breaks, it may kill me. All right, then if we get this just right, we can place it like here and here. Yeah, okay, that's pretty good. We can jump up, and that's secured everything somewhat. All right, cool. So now that we're up here, let's see, I can place down, you know, zoom in a little bit. Let's place you there like that. And then I need to place 2 more, like 1 there and 1. Oh no, we're out of wood. Okay, back down we go. Now what I'm doing, by the way, is anytime I can sleep, and I think we're getting pretty close to that time, I want to at the moment, because I've got poison mead that is fermenting, ready for when we do the swamp biomes. We've got plenty of that. And we've always got a farm growing as well. So my days are going to progress fairly quickly because I'm not really doing any work through the night. Also, nighttime work is not great to do on camera because it is so dark. So yeah, I just thought I would explain that. Here we are, day 50. Very good. And I've come out the wrong door. And actually, before I go out the right door, we got this farm here, which, no, okay, it's only about 1/3 done. So I will go back to making up that boar thing. We're going to make some better scaffolding up, aren't we? All right, so now I have the wood on me. We can come up here and just place down, oh, there we go, this final piece, and that's kind of the foundation done. Now, I need a way to get up there, don't I? That's the other thing. So can I place you, like, somewhere over here, maybe? Yeah, I guess that works. Yep, and then we can get right up on top, which is awesome, because we can actually get rid of this little bit now before we move on to the next stage. Okay, I just realized I actually built this incorrectly, so we need to get rid of all of that and actually start again. So let's try this again. Let's get this one out here, just like that. And with the wooden thing here, so that needs to go more like that. Yeah, there we go. Right, so 1 there, and then we do 1 over this side. So again, we use E until we get to the right bit, which is, hold on now. Yep, there we go. So we can place that one down there. And then we need to place like 2 more over here. So like 1 just like this and 1 like this. All right, that's better. That works. So basically, if we get rid of this little bit here right now, you'll see that this is the pole right here. That needs to be offset, so it's not right in the middle. Then what we can do is just place down this here like this. Place down, let's see, some more here. So you over there and you over there. And then we do the same over here. And these are going to be the 2 little chambers which are going to hold our boar. And actually, just noticed it's actually quite a nice little place to stand up here. And we can see a bit of an overview of our town, or our little village, or whatever you want to call it. It looks kind of cool from up here, actually. And now is going to be the really fun bit, especially in survival. We have to build a ramp that goes from here back down to the floor, so we can gradually push the boar up the ramp to get them up here in the first place. So yeah, this is going to be difficult. Let's go back down. We're going to use some core wood as foundation, and then some roof pieces for the ramp, and get ourselves up there as best we can. Now, because I'm going to be pushing the boar from over here, I'm going to want the ramp to kind of come down this way, I think. So Yeah, I think we'll do that as best we can. Let's see if that's going to work. Well, it has started to pour with rain, but the good news is that when I built this out, this was purely coincidental that it's happened, I should say, to finish right in the boar pen. I don't know what happened to my pronunciation there. But yeah, this is really good. So once I get rid of these fences and stuff, we're going to push the boar up this way. Now, hopefully this is going to work. So we build a couple of things like this, and then we build that to hold it. And we're basically going to repeat that the whole way up here. So yeah, hopefully this works out. So let's see, we've got the 26-degree roof. We just carry on with that, which is nice because it's not as steep, so we don't fall off it, which is good. And each time we do that, we need to kind of jump down and then connect it up here like this. Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm going to repeat that process and get a ramp that goes hopefully up to that platform. All right, let's be honest, guys. It had to happen at least once. If I'm building that high, then yeah, I'm probably going to fall and die. I kind of was expecting it. So I won't bore you with all the bory details. Oh yes, oh yes. But what I will do is add that to here, I guess is a good one. So the date today is now the 28th of the 7th. And yeah, fell, and I'll put boar pen, just so it's like a little note here as to what actually happened. Obviously, we've somewhat caught that on camera as well. Now, the reason that I died, well, the reason I died is because I fell. The reason that I fell is because, we ran out of stamina, but I basically built this the wrong way round almost. I mean, I didn't, but like, I would have had to put this ramp the other side, and trying to get the boar around there and on was way more difficult. I figured if we go down this way, at least we'll end up near the boar pen. And we did end up in the boar pen, so that's really good. But I'm just going to kind of reconfigure this at the top now, and doing that was what killed me. Anyway, I'll get that done, and then I'll show you what I mean a bit more clearly. But yeah, there we go, another death. Okay, so this is now how we need it to be. Basically, we'll push the boar up these ramp. Then we need to push one boar into here and one boar into here, and we'll close them off. And then when they have babies, they drop through there and stuff. So you guys will see all that in action. This might not be built exactly the same as what the design I'm following, but it's going to work. Well, I'm pretty sure it's going to work anyway. So yeah, the next step is actually to get the boar up there pretty much. So we're going to try and get them up this ramp. Now, this could be kind of fun. The first thing we need to do is to make like this ramp connect up to the ground here. That's pretty good. Now, what I'm going to try and do is push the boar up here. But if I need to, I think I'll get rid of these fences first and build some sort of other fence. Hey, now, boar, don't come out here. Yeah, just to block them in. This is all temporary. I'll make it look better, you know, in the future. But that should be enough space to push him up through there, hopefully. Now, let's see. How easy is this going to be? Now, this one's a special board. This was for the number of people we hit on the last stream to commemorate that. So I won't push that one up. Let's see if we can get a different one. And I think what we have to do is just kind of push them, but they're all near the fence. They need to get away from the fence a bit. All right, here we go. I got one here. Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. Stupid. Get away. All right, you go over there. Wait, this one wants to go. Let's go. So we push him like this. And you're going to want to have stamina food before you do this because, yeah. All right, come on, boar. Up the ramp. Yeah. All right, almost. Come on now. Hey, now. Please go. Please just go over that way a bit. Oh, there we go. All right. He's off. Come on. Yep. Let's get you to go. All right. Yeah. No, this is actually working. Oh, wait. Careful. I don't want him to go off the edge. Yeah. This is... Luckily, we only have to do this twice, right? Imagine if we had to do this like 10 times or something. That would be boring. Okay, I'll stop with the boar puns now. You know what? It actually isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Now, before we get quite to the top, what I want to do is get this wall ready and in the position... No. Hey now. Whoa. Please. No. Wait. You were so close. All right. Okay. Yeah, we're getting this wall ready because as soon as we get him in position... No. Oh. Yeah, then he needs to stay there. All right, here we go. He's at the top. Please get in over there. Just like that. Come on now. Come on. Just stay over there. Dude, come on. Work with me. Just stay there for a minute. All right, so this bit's been taking ages. I've been pushing him, and he keeps pushing back against me. He needs to just stay there so we can, like, build that wall. Oh, wow. I did it. Oh, my goodness. Okay. That took me forever. All right, this is perfect. So he's in there. And now, yeah, okay, his head comes through there a little bit. That is absolutely perfect. Okay, we love this. Now, we just have to do that one more time. Oh, wow. We have a volunteer. I bet you're 300. You're not. Okay, great. Wait, you can come. No. Yes, please do. Come back. A willing volunteer is absolutely what we want. Let's get you pushed up there. All right, he's no longer a willing volunteer. Well, I guess we'll find someone else. All right, this is a very willing volunteer. I don't even have to tell him what to do. He's making his way up here. Here he goes. All right, now he needs a little bit more encouragement. Let's get him up to the top, though, and then we should be just about done. All right, so we need to kind of get him over to the left a bit, right, once we're up here. So kind of pushing him over that way. Yep, there we go. Put you in there, and yeah, awesome. He was way better behaved than that first one. And there we go. These are the two up here. This is all we need now for this boar farm to work. Well, hopefully anyway, in theory it should work. The next step for us is to place a portal up here. So let's go ahead and do that. And that way that we can get up and down in the future. So we'll just call this a boar. Very good. And now we're going to take this ramp down because we can just use this portal to come up, whenever we want to. And the best way to do that is just to remove these foundations here, and then it will all just tumble down naturally. All right, guys, I've paused the game because I've made a huge mistake, and I'm going to try and fix it on camera, but I'm really worried. So to the right, you see this core wood pole here? That's holding up everything I just spent all the time building. If I'm not able to quickly replace that, I deleted it, and everything's going to fall down, and I'm a bit terrified. So I think what I need to do, I've got to place down a workbench first, because in my panic, I also destroyed the workbench. I'm so worried. I really don't have to build this all together. It took a while. Anyway, place the workbench, quickly right click and select the core wood pole. Let's see if we can do this. All right, I've got to give myself up. Let's get ready. Okay, workbench down. Now we go to building. We need the heavy pole, and we need to quickly build you there. No, please. Please, wait, I don't have... Oh, the workbench did place down. No. I have it. I have stuff. I have things. Please don't. Okay, wait. Oh, no. Oh, everything's fallen down. No. Please don't do this to me. Please. Hang on. Right, place you down. Pick up the core wood. Building. Cool. Oh, the balls are down. Oh, okay, wait. You know what? It might be not a total waste if I could just somehow build that up to... No. Come on. I can build you up there. Oh, I can't believe I did this. Okay, all right. Hold on. 1. No. Get on the bottom there. Yeah, 2, 3. Okay. We saved that. We saved that. That's not great. So our ramp's entirely gone, and we have... Oh, don't die as well. All right, we have this little staircase that goes up here, and we have this up the top. I don't know if the boar managed to stay up here. No, I guess... No, they both fell down. Oh, man. This really sucks. I gotta build it again. Oh, my goodness. All right, let's... We gotta place you there, and then you there. Okay, let's see. Oh, yeah, like up like this somehow. Let's just get... Oh, yeah, everything's going wrong. I'm very sad. All right, there we go. 2 boars are in here once again. So now I'm going to go and do the scaffolding again, but this time I'm going to be much more careful. So I think the best way to do this is to actually start at this end and work this way. That way you can't accidentally do what I did. And oh, wait. I just realized I need to run up there. Oh my goodness. We don't have the portal up there. I totally forgot. All right, this is some Indiana Jones stuff. Come on. No. Oh, no. Wait, actually, you know what? The ladder's up there. I forgot about the ladder. All right. Honestly, how have I made this much of a mess of just trying to build this thing? Oh, wait. I need to get them portal materials on me, actually. Yeah, I couldn't really have messed up building this anymore, could I? Okay, so this ladder gets us like fairly close to being up there, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough, and that's already on red. So how do we do this? I think what we could try is if we build a ladder that comes like off of here and we jump up like this. Yeah, okay, so we just needed it to stay there long enough like it did. Now I want to place down some flooring, which I think will be okay up here just about. It is red. Will it stay there? I'm not sure. Okay, so we've got 2 bits of floor down there, and I want to put a portal on top of it, and hopefully it's all going to stay here. So let's put that there like that, and we'll call this boar. Okay, so that should be good and connect up once we name the other one. And hopefully all that's going to stay. I think it will. What I'll do for now is I'll just leave this ladder here as a bit of a failsafe in case we mess up again. But hopefully that's all done correctly now. All right, so we've portaled up here now, and what I'm going to do is throw down some carrots here. So there you go. And hopefully the boar are going to start eating them. Let's just have a little look and see. Trying to sort of see if these boar are doing it. It should be nerfed to their heads that they do. That portal noise is going to get annoying, but I'm not sure as much I can do about that. Okay, so I think what's happening here is the carrot is in between the 2 boar, right? These carrots here. So we need to pick them up, and what we need to do is let's split them in half and try and throw them so that they are right next to the head of each boar. Okay, what I've done, I've placed some wall down like this. I'm thinking now what we can do is we can throw them at the wall and that will hold it in place. And yeah, look at that. That's really close to that boar over there. So then if I come over this side, we can place down that over there, and hopefully that'll be close to that boar there. We just saw some hearts from this boar, so this definitely worked at least a little bit, right? But now we need this dude to kind of poke his head through a bit, and we'll see if he's going to eat that. All right, that should be now pretty much right in front of that boar. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so we got yellow hearts from each of them. There's the pink hearts. All right, this is looking really, really good. Now all we want to see is a baby be born and drop down into the pen, and then we know for sure that it's working. Okay, here we go, guys. A boar was just born just down the bottom there. Here, I'll zoom in. I'll leave that still. I can zoom in when I'm editing. You see there, the baby boar's down there, so this actually does work, which is pretty cool. Oh, look at that. They might be off the breeding again. The cool thing about this design is that the baby boars go so far away from the adults that they don't sort of recognize that there's any boar being born, and they will just keep breeding. So we can get a ton of boar this way, and this will really help us with the food for the game and the trophies and leather and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty awesome actually to have this farm up and running, even though it was a very difficult one with the problems we had. So next up we have the Greydwarf spawner farm, and in order to make this, the first thing that we're going to want to do really is to trap 3 Greydwarfs very near to this area, to the spawner, because once they're trapped there, we won't have any more spawning, so that we can actually prepare the area and build the farm without it being a problem. So the best way to do that is to get really close to where we want to actually make the farm, so like right here, and just start digging a hole down. And if we can trap 3 Greydwarfs in this hole, which we've almost got them, need to make it deep enough that they can't get out whilst they're trying to kill me, so it can be a little tricky. I think we're almost there. Just keep going down a little bit further. And I've mined into a bit of rock, which is not ideal. Let's see if we can get down over here. Yeah, okay, this should be good. So then they'll just live in this hole, and I think that's probably deep enough now, so we can get out, but they're stuck in there. Yep, 3 of them. Okay, very good. So with that done, we can now prepare the area. So I'm going to chop down a load of trees and flatten the area and stuff like that, and then we can get on with making the farm. Alright, so this is what we have, and this farm is going to be a bit of a work in progress, because I think it's better to make it with halves rather than what we've got right now, which is just campfires. But you see, like down here, the Greydwarfs are spawning in, and they're basically on top of those fires for most of the time. I think what I need to do is raise these areas up here. Oh, that's interesting. He was able to spawn up there as well. So we need to make this a little bit wider over here, I guess, if we can just go like a little bit more over here. Try not to take off too much, but just like a little chip away at it like that. Okay, so yeah, we're going to just basically dig out a hole, place campfires, and then we'll have to keep replacing them or fixing them or whatever. But then once we get some iron, we can start making up a hearth. It will do a much better job at that point. Now this is nice because of the campfires. They're actually all docile, so they're not even trying to attack me right now. But let's see, I could put one there. I only get one in there somewhere eventually as well. And yeah, this is going to be it. But like I say, a bit of a work in progress, this one, and a build that we will keep improving upon. So the major problem with this farm at the moment is the fact that as soon as it rains, the fires go out. And this will continue to be a problem even when we have halves. So I think building a roof over it is a good next step. Now let's see if we can get these Greydwarfs out of the way. I wanted to build up this little corner here as well, try and get it level, like with the rest of the farm. So somewhere like that, that's good. Oh, look at that. It's actually about to be daytime, or sunny again, I should say. Okay, and just like that, all our fires have actually sprung back into action and are burning the Greydwarfs, which is quite funny and nice. So we can actually keep testing this farm. See, like here, this guy's obviously got out, so we maybe need to dig out a little bit more over in this direction. So it's a little bit of trial and error with these things, figuring out as you go. But the basic concept is, you know, you're going to burn the Greydwarfs and get yourself a lot of drops for free by doing that when you AFK here for a while. I was just adding a bit of decoration to this Greydwarf build, so we have like a proper hut and stuff, and realized there's an issue. We need to have open sky above the Greydwarf spawner in order for Greydwarfs to actually spawn. So I've dug out a bit of the roof and they are now spawning again, as you can see. In fact, we've even got a 2-star down there. But it does pose somewhat of a problem because the campfires will get put out in the rain. I've had a bit of a thought about the Greydwarf farm, and basically what we've got here, it would work whenever it's not raining, so we could definitely continue to use that. However, I have found myself another Greydwarf farm that will work in any weather, and I think that's going to be the best way to go. The problem is it requires the hanging braziers. I always say that wrong. Anyway, it requires those things. You guys know what I mean. And those require chains. Now, we were going to go to the swamp today anyway, so we're just going to kind of ramp that up a bit and move it forward in the agenda. And we're going to go and find a swamp biome now with the view to setting a foothold up there and then getting those chains, and also even, you know, entering the Iron Age and stuff like that. Then we can use those chains to make the Greydwarf farm and the logging camp after that. So I'll either redo this one and make it around here, or we'll find another spawner and do something else with this. But the next thing I have to do is set sail for the swamp. Now, I'm pretty sure on my stream we found a couple of Leviathan over here, and I remember seeing a swamp somewhere near here when we were doing that. Just checking what that was. This bit of land, it's meadows. So yeah, somewhere around where those Leviathan are, I think is the best bet. I'm going to sail off that way and let's see what we can find. For this journey to the swamp, what I'm going to do is I'll rename the portal, and we're going to just try and get a portal set up there safely so that we can go to and from whenever we like. I've taken some different food where we've got a bit of a mixed bag here so that we can actually have a bit of extra health as well. It's probably a good idea just so that we don't die straight away when we get there. Stamina is important in the swamp, but certainly for just trying to set up a little foothold, it's probably better to have a bit of health as well. So let's rename this to KS for Kysen Swamp. And I've got most of the materials I need on me. I'm going to go get all the materials I need to actually make the portal when we get there, and then we'll set sail first thing in the next morning. Alrighty, here we go. So we've got good weather, we've got the wind behind us. This is a very weird experience when sailing because things are actually going our way. But we've got to get from here all the way over to here. I could try going somewhere else, but I'm pretty certain there is a swamp over here at least, so I think that's the best bet. So it'll take us a little bit of time to get there, but hopefully it'll be worth it in the long run, and then we'll have our portal set up in the swamp. Well guys, this is something I didn't anticipate. We found a Leviathan, but I did not bring my pickaxe with me because I was thinking, well, when I land in the swamp, I don't need a pickaxe. So all we can do is make a note of its location, call it a levy, and I think that they do, it will still be there, or it will be there another time. Maybe it can respawn there, so long as we don't go on it. So we're going to steer past it and not interact with it, and I think it will come back. But yeah, that's really disappointing because getting some more chitin would have been good. So if you're heading out to find your own swamp and you're thinking like I did, well, maybe actually it's a pretty good idea to take that with you, a pickaxe, so that you can get that stuff. As I say that as well, the rain's coming in. I feel the bad omens are mounting up now. If a serpent comes, hopefully we'll be okay. I'd need to eat some food, but then we should have enough stamina to just shoot it. Other than that, though, we are in just open ocean this whole way. So yeah, seeing that swamp biome in a minute will actually be kind of a relief and also a little bit scary at the same time. Well, it looks like I was right. This is going to be very faint. I'll try and zoom in when I'm editing, but there is a tree there that I believe to be a swamp tree, and it is roughly near where the Leviathans were before. You can see on the map here, and that's where I thought they were. So yeah, we're just heading towards that now, and we're hoping for a good welcome. This seems like a really good time to eat all of our food so that the health can start to build up, and we'll have some stamina when we land. I've also got my Ep2 ability, which I'll use when I get close, and we have a poison mead and also a healing mead in case we need them. I only brought one of each because if I die, I want to lose the minimum, like if we died to a serpent or something like that and it was difficult to get our stuff back. So that was the plan there. But yeah, let's see what sort of landing we get here. Hopefully it's a reasonable sized swamp. And we'll set ourselves up a portal. Well, I can see a crypt already just through there, so that's pretty good. Wow, 2 crypts. Okay, this is a good landing point. I did notice, though, just a second ago, that just down this way, I think there's a black forest. So what we could do is land in the black forest. That seems to be next to the swamp. And then just walk in and do it in a bit of a safer way. But yeah, that's awesome. So I've seen a couple of crypts there already. Even if it is a smaller swamp, 2 crypts will get us a lot of iron to be getting on with. And here we are at that black forest. So this is nice. It's got a much easier entrance into the swamp by doing it this way. And also another new black forest for more troll hides to upgrade our armor. And obviously more copper and stuff as well if we need it. So I guess the only question now is where we set up. And I reckon here's close enough for the initial pass. Eventually I'll move this into the swamp itself. But for just getting ourselves started, I think here will be fine. So I'm just thinking about things we need. We obviously are looking for some chains. That would be really good because we need them for the braziers. Some gut could be cool as well. Maybe killing a few things and marking out some crypts. So I guess it's a bit of a... Oh, okay, abomination. That's probably something we don't need just yet, actually. Now, leeches are kind of useful as well, actually, because we can make up some potions with their blood bags, and also their food is used in some recipes and things. So I'm going to try and kill this leech without taking too much damage, if any. I think we should be able to just go and collect that. And there we go, we've unlocked a ton of stuff there. Also the red banners, which are quite nice to be fair. Okay, there's a bit of an army coming towards us, so I think it's probably time that we have our poison mead now. And also, if we can shoot some of these ahead of the game... Wait, where did he go? Okay, never mind. We'll just use our stag breaker on the blob, I suppose. So yeah, I probably should have brought a club. I didn't really think to bring the club, but that would have been good. Oh, we got some ooze though from that. That's pretty good. Let's use Ep2 now as well so that we can run around a bit faster. All right, now we should be able to kill our first Draga as well, so that should be pretty cool. I think that our bronze buckler should do a reasonable job of blocking. What I want to do in a minute is head home and make up a bronze mace, though. I think that'd be really useful for our swamp adventure. So why is this dude just running away? He's trying to go get that abomination, I reckon. All right, here's another one. I just want to see how good we can block. Yeah, pretty good. And that little knife there, the little copper knife, does a pretty good job. It is upgraded, which really helps, but even so, yeah, it's a really useful little weapon, that. Now, what I'll do is I'll also mark out the crypts. So there is one over here somewhere. If I just see that I'm looking in the right direction, see it's just over there. And there's also another one just down the coastline here. Let's see if we can get down here. Yeah, okay, so we'll mark these out. Or make sure we kill things first, though, if there's anything that's around. But yeah, that'll be useful. Then we'll know where to come back to in a minute. Now that it's becoming nighttime, I'm going to head back towards where my portal is. And I'm going to try and just stay on the edge of the biome and kill a couple of wraiths and see if we can get the chains. What I may do, though, is go back home and get a bronze mace and then come and do the swamp in a bit more detail and take on some of the crypts so we can get our crypt key and stuff as well. And then obviously we'll have better weapons and tool then because we'll start unlocking iron. Okay, I just got the fright of my life because a wraith somehow managed to sneak up on me. So what I'm going to try and do is get a little bit away from it and then try to kill it. But yeah, this was not what I planned. I was looking for a wraith, hoping to find one, but like I wanted to see it a little bit in advance, you know. All right, so we've got to just time this exactly right and just really hope that we don't bump into anything else. Luckily, their attacks are kind of slow and it's obvious when they're doing them, but we're only gaining back a little bit of stamina, as you can see, each time we do this. And because we need to fight it with a bow, ideally, I wonder if I could actually just parry it. All right, I'll try that in a second. So let's get our shield out here. And am I going to hit it with a knife? I guess I am. Oh boy, that one hurt. All right, let's just try this second. So yes, we can parry that. And okay, that's a much better way of fighting them. All right, that's the way to do it then, is to get that parry in. And boom, look at that. Hanging brazier, that's exactly what we need. So we got a, was it one chain from that one? Yeah, okay. So now that I can catch my breath a bit, let's see if we can find some more wraiths. And we got a new plan as to how we're going to fight them each time as well. So it's going to be about the blocking. And obviously that's another really good thing about having the food that's going to give us extra health. Rather than just focusing on stamina like we've done really up until this point in the series. It just turned to the new day in our world. We're now at day 58, not bad going, but I think what I'll do is head home now. We've got 3 crypts here to explore, so I'm going to go home and come back much better equipped, including having a proper bronze mace and the swamp key, so we can actually get into the crypts as well from the elder, that crypt key, and maybe some other things as well. Now, just before I do that, I want to say at this point where we're into the video a little bit, that a few people commented on the last video and also in my stream saying they'd like to see a longer video in this series. And so that's what today is going to be. I'm showing you guys a lot more of the process rather than doing the heavily edited like we did in the first episode. So I'd really like to know what you guys think of this, if you prefer the first episode format or this longer form one. And if you do prefer longer form, obviously I am doing a stream of this very soon as well, which is down in the description. And my previous stream is on my channel. We got 4 hours of me playing around in this world. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. I'd love to know. All right, now that we're more geared up, we've got our mace on us and we also got a swamp key and stuff like that. What I'm going to do is actually move this portal, so hopefully we don't die while we're doing that. Otherwise, we have no way back because our boat's here too. But by moving the portal, we're going to put it up on top of one of the swamp crypts and we're going to start entering the Iron Age. So it's pretty exciting, as long as I don't mess this up in the meantime. Now, I think the best thing actually is for me to sail down towards there. That way our boat is also going to be there. Plus, the water was really close to one of the crypts, so we can get nice and close. Hey now, someone rudely throwing rocks at me. All right, well, we're going to get ourselves out of here. I guess I'll go around in a bit of a circle and pull up next to one of those crypts. Alrighty, here we go. As you can see, that crypt over there is really, really close to the shore. So that's why I wanted to do this, because obviously to get our iron back, we're not able to teleport it. We need to sail it back. So having the boat here is going to be very useful. Now, with that done, let's get in here and let's have a poison mead, actually, because I think we're going to need that, given that we have got an oozer over here. So let's see if I can get rid of these skeletons first. That's probably a good idea. Oh, actually, okay, maybe not. Well, I managed to get a big hit done there, although that big hit completely missed where I was trying to hit, so that's not great. All right, let's kill you. Let's get a big hit on this oozer, because if we don't start whittling him down, he's going to probably kill us. Come back for these two as well. We got quite the reception here, and there's an abomination now in the background that I see. Oh my goodness. What is going on here? Where did all these guys come from? Oh my goodness. I said about how I don't want to die while I'm doing this. I think I've jinxed myself. All right, let's get over here a little bit. Let's give ourselves the Ike through ability. And, oh, just about timed that right. Maybe we'll do this crypt first. That might be an idea. I can run and jump up on top of it. This wasn't even one of the ones I marked, but hey, if it works, it works. Now, let's see. I want to get rid of you. Oh, is that the bone mass spawn over there? Is that what that is? Might be. Hold on. I don't want to die here. Look at this. This is crazy. And of course, I put my stag breaker away thinking I wouldn't need it. So that was a rookie error. Okay, we can catch our breath a bit up here. Hopefully the abomination isn't coming. I don't think he is, but look at all these guys here. This is crazy. Now that through there looks like it's the bone mass spawn to me. So we might have just found that without even needing to find its location. That's actually so awesome though, if we've got the spawn point for bone mass right here on this island, given that we're getting set up here. Now we've got a fair bit of health, so I think we can probably start to fight these in a minute. But like, for example, let's see, let's get the bow selected here. This Jagger here hasn't seen us, so let's try and get a lot of damage done to him, pretty much just kill him. just whittle down the numbers a little bit. But I think for the blobs, we just need to jump down, right? So, yeah, all right, let's go. Let's just give them big old hits wherever we can and try and take care of them. Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, we're taking a bit of damage. It's not too bad. See if we can maybe parry one of these. Oh, they're too many close together. Okay, all right, we got rid of a few of them. Now we can block this dude, and now that he's parried, it should be easier. There was so many mobs to take care of there right away. But now that we've taken care of all of them, I think that's all of them in the area. Definitely want to get their drops because they're useful to us at this stage. Now we really want to make sure that we're getting the... Did I hear an abomination then? I swear I'm hearing one. All right, let's get our portal down just in case we don't make this and we die, right? So let's see, put you up there, and then at least we can portal backwards and get our stuff if we do die. So KS, there we go. All right, one crypt has been done. Well, you know, set up at least. And I do want to just run through here and see if this is the bone mass spawn. I mean, it looks like it, right? Yeah. Okay, that's so awesome. So we found bone mass the unconventional way, but we'll definitely take that. So when we're ready, obviously not yet, we can come and spawn in bone mass. That'll be fun. But let's go back to that crypt now, and let's see if we can get ourselves a bit of iron. So here we go, guys. Our first crypt. We can open that up and head inside, and let's see if there's anything waiting for us. Okay, looks like it's not too bad. Let's just have a little look around. Yeah, okay, one guy there. All right, that's okay. Just one we can definitely deal with. You're gonna... Yep, there we go. Always better to just parry them and deal with them that way. Oh, all right, that's him dealt with. Oh, there's a blob here now. Okay, we still have our poison potion taken. Oh, wow. Okay, that was not so good. Let's let him shoot and block and then hit. Let him shoot again. Trying to parry it, but I'm not timing it right. Main thing is that we just block the damage, though. So I guess there was some coming from up here, maybe. We need to check this room out. All right, now we should be pretty good. And, oh, look at that. Iron scraps already, although we can't carry all those. But still, we're off into the Iron Age, guys. We've made it to the Iron Age. I mean, I have to smelt it down, but still, this is a pretty good first step, of course. So we would have found the bone mass location anyway from the Vegvisor we have here. We just kind of did it the unnatural way. But as you can see, I'm starting to load up on some more iron, just slowly working my way through this crypt. If you want to see me do this in more detail, we'll be doing a lot of this on the stream that I'm doing on the weekend. I think, yeah, getting a lot of iron is going to be one of the main things we do in that, and also exploring other parts of the swamp and fighting abominations and stuff like that. But what I'm going to do is, as soon as we've got a boat full, I'll bring that back to my base. And I think eventually maybe we'll set up a little swamp base so that we don't have to keep sailing back and forth each time, but we can actually process the metals without leaving the swamp. I found this iron gate here, and once we clear that spawner, I figured we could probably take this down. And we might even get iron from it. I'm not sure if that's how it works or not. But anyway, let's take the spawner down, I guess, and then we'll go from there. All right, so with the spawner cleared there, let's have a look at this gate. So if we shut this, and I don't know what the best thing to use. I guess I'll just keep using a pickaxe on it. Let's see, let's do like 17 at a time. What about the mace? What does that do? Just a little bit more. Okay, we'll keep using the mace and see if we can break this down. All right, that took absolutely ages, and I actually don't think we got anything from it. So, yeah, if you find one of those in your world, I guess just leave it, and yeah, there's not much point to taking it down. This is good, though. Look at all this. Oh, wow, okay. All right, well, we'll go and do another trip back to the chest. So we're slowly building up to taking the full 4 stacks in the boat, and then we'll have, obviously, a lot of iron. And we'll have to make some decisions about what exactly we're going to make up. Now, coincidentally, we managed to find 3 chains in the crypt there, the swamp crypt. So now we have a total of 4, which is the exact number we need in order to make up the 4 hanging braziers. These ones right here. So, yeah, that's perfect. We got the exact right amount, although I think I will need to go and get myself some more bronze, but that's easily done. Also, coincidentally, back at the crypt, I've now explored every last bit of it, and we got exactly 4 stacks of the iron scraps, which is great, so we're going to put that in our boat. Now, theoretically, we could, of course, also carry some on us, but the fact that we'd have to do another crypt for that when this one is so close to the boat, I think we're just going to go straight to the boat once it's the next daytime. I'll go and sleep in a second. But also, that will enable us to get some kiting on the way home if we do manage to see that Leviathan again. So I'll sail back past this way because I have to anyway. And if we can find a Leviathan, either that one or a different one, then we can carry that chitin on us in our inventory. So it's good to have some space for that. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. Have a little sleep and then go do that journey. Probably nothing too interesting to see, but if that changes, I'll give you updates along the way. Well, I guess I jinxed myself when I said it'd be uneventful because I have an abomination chasing me right now. And also my boat was destroyed by mobs and has sunk. Now, I don't know if I managed to get all the items back for it or not. I don't think I have. Let's see if I go to miscellaneous and I want to build this. Okay, actually I do. Oh, that's really good because I actually thought I was missing some. And the good thing is that this crypt was actually the second crypt. If you remember, the first one that we got to, we had abomination problems that time. So I guess it's the same one lurking around there. and we can make a boat just over there somewhere so it'll be a bit closer. But I got to deal with this abomination first, and we've also got to find a way to make the boat up as well, because yeah, it almost we almost lost all those materials. So actually pretty lucky that we didn't lose all of that. Alrighty, the boat is all loaded up with iron, so pretty good. We got obviously 120 iron to do something with once we smelt all this down. And that's a lot, you know, we can definitely do a lot with that. So we're going to head back now. I'm hoping to find a Leviathan on the way and get some chitin as well. If we do, obviously I'll keep you updated on that. And then if not, we start to enter the Iron Age, which is really, really awesome. Obviously lots of upgrades and new builds and things available as soon as we do that. But also, it does mean that we're going to be able to build the Greydwarf farm, which is something I really wanted to do today. Well, look at this, guys. It happened. We found ourselves a Leviathan, so we're very happy about that. I want to make sure I eat all my food, so I've got full stamina. As you can see, I went for just stamina food here. Now, it's a good idea, actually. If we put up on the right-hand side of the Leviathan, that means that the ladder of our boat will be facing the Leviathan, and we can stay on there for longer. I have my pickaxe with me this time, so I was prepared for it this time. So let's get up nice and close. And yeah, see how much chitin we can get. The great thing about this is we've already made the harpoon, but with this extra chitin now, we will be able to make up the razor as well. So in the last stream, for those who joined that one, there was a big debate about whether we make the harpoon or the razor, and some people were upset. They wanted me to make the razor, and I made the harpoon. So to all you guys, you're now about to get what you want when I get back to my base. So let's start here and try and work our way, I guess, back towards the boat. Maybe I'll go even further out like this. And I think the timer kind of starts from the first hit. So we'll wait until we've got full stamina. We're going to do the hits and let's see how much chitin we can get. All right, looks like he's about to go down. I'm going to take a bit of a chance here and try and just get a little bit more if we can. Yeah, I think maybe just this last one. We are running low on stamina. We don't have tons of health, but I think this will do us. So let's run along here. And yeah, here we go. Okay, so we'll be fine. This was a good idea, putting the ladder here. And let's see, I don't actually know how much I got. 23. Okay, that's not loads, but we do have some back at our base as well. I'm pretty sure it's going to be enough for what we want to do. So this has been a really successful trip. Saying that, let's just hope I don't die now on the final leg of the journey home. But assuming that we don't, then yeah, it's been a great trip. Loads of iron and some chitin as a bonus. All right, the iron has been offloaded from the boat onto our cart, as you can see. We're going to now wheel this in, and it's quite handy actually. It's night time, so once we've loaded up our furnaces, we can start smelting. Unfortunately, it's not going to be iron that we're smelting just yet though, or creating or whatever. It's actually going to be coal. We're pretty much out of coal, so what I'm going to do is get all my wood, turn it into coal. I'll turn these two here into kilns so that we can actually do that. There we go, two more charcoal kilns. So we'll have 4 of those going through the night, and then we'll make our first iron in the morning once all this coal has been produced. Now, this rainy day is not going to dampen our spirits because we are about to get our first iron. Oh yes, look at that, guys. We've entered the Iron Age. And as I say, we're going to have over 120 of this once we're done. I'll load it all straight to the cart. I'm going to be able to even see it, all these recipes coming up, so that we can cart it up to our workstation area later on. I think what I'll do is I'll wait until it's all smelted down, and then I'll start looking at things that we want to make up, because we're going to have so many options and so many things we could make that it's going to be actually a little bit tricky to figure out what we are going to make. But it's a nice problem to have. It's a nice stage to be at. Obviously, a really significant progression in the game once you enter into the Iron Age. Whilst we're pondering what we're going to do with our iron, I have got enough bronze right here, 25, which you need 20 of that. This is required for the build for the actual Greydwarf farm that we're going to make now. So what we need is to make under furniture here 4 of these hanging braziers. I hate saying that word so much. 4 of those things. That's what we need. So that's where the coal comes. The copper. Bronze. That's where the bronze comes from. And also why we needed the chains and some coal. Now, as you can see, it does require a forge to build. And in order to build the forge, but also in order to get the bronze materials over to where we need to get them, obviously we cannot teleport that, right? Because to make the forge up, that requires some copper and then obviously carrying the bronze. So we're going to need to sail. Now, let's see. We got our Black Forest over here. And what I've done is I've earmarked a new spawner. So that was the old one that didn't quite work out as we saw, or, you know, not properly. And this will be where the new one goes. So it's reasonably nearby, and that's our current portal. So it's quite close to sail. I'm going to do that now, and then once we're over there, we can start getting into actually making this thing. Now, we do need to get a little bit more copper before we have enough, and it occurred to me that the best thing to do is to teleport over to where we're going to make the Greydwarf farm and find some copper in this biome, which we can mine, and then just leave it somewhere nearby. So let's see, there should be some around here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. We found some nearby, and we only need 6 in order to make the forge, and then the other materials that we need we can just teleport over. So I'll get that all loaded up. The next thing we'll do is actually make the forge up and then start making that Greydwarf automated farm, which would be really nice to have. Obviously, what makes stone and wood is really useful throughout the rest of the game. It looks like we're about to get our first fish in the game. Come over here to sail off and do what we're about to do, but we have a couple of pike in here, so that's kind of cool. found those. Now, fishing is something I would like to get into and do a bit of. It's obviously a lot more elaborate now than it used to be in Valheim, so there's some cool things there. But we need to find Haldor first. So, yeah, I don't know like how I'm going to do that. I mean, hopefully I just bump into him at some point. But what I mean is like maybe I'll dedicate a stream to it where we try and find Haldor or something like that. It could potentially be something we do a bit of in the next stream, but I'll let you guys decide that. Anyone who's in the stream can let me know what they want to see. Anyway, I thought I'd mention that. Getting our first fish seemed a bit significant, and also you might be like, why does he have some pike in his inventory? Well, now you know. So we're going to head off the short little boat ride up to there, build that Greydwarf farm for the next thing. Right now I have my area all prepared, so I've taken down any trees and boulders, I've flattened a load of land, and we also have 3 prisoners down here, and this just means that no new Greydwarfs will spawn from this while we're working on it. Now I want to give a shout out to Zerga. That's the design who I'm following, and I will put a link to his video down in the description if you guys want to check that out for yourselves. But basically here's what we got to do. So what we need to do is get to the very center of the spawner, and the bit where it starts to flip like this, we're going to place a 2x1 wall there, and we want it down so it's like into the ground a little bit like that. Then we place another one here, and now we have to place down our floors. So it's going to be 1 and then 2 and 3 like this, and then we also need to place 3 on this side, creating a 6 wide sort of floor here, and then it's gonna be a 6x6 area in total, which I'm gonna build now. Well, this is kind of interesting because we have a troll raid right here in the Black Forest, and I just want to make sure that they don't destroy all my hard work that I've been doing over there to get this spawner set up, because as you can see, it has been taking shape. So I'm just gonna kite them over this way a little bit. It's kind of good news as well, though, assuming we don't die, obviously. I'm hopeful that we won't. Because we're going to get some troll drops, obviously, to upgrade our armor even further. Troll armor I really like in this game. I find it has a lot of uses way beyond the early game when you would use it just in the Black Forest or whatever. Even in the swamp and some of the later biomes, there are times when it's good. So hopefully we take care of these. If I die, I'll let you guys know. But, you know, I'm hopeful. All right, there we go. The ground has stopped shaking. The trolls raid has stopped. And all in all, we killed 4 trolls. So this is going to be the 3rd one whose drops I'm getting here. The 4th one... Oh, hey, I was stood on head doing a little Greydwarf rodeo right there. Yeah, the 4th one we'll just have to find. He's around here somewhere. But that's over. And the good news is now we've got all these drops. So it's actually pretty decent that we got that. Anyway, let's get back to finishing off that farm. Alrighty, guys. We have ourselves a Greydwarf farm. So this one is using the hanging braziers. And we're going to fill them up with coal in just a moment. So they're, going to last for a long time. But essentially, the Greydwarfs, they spawn inside here. And they're immediately set on fire. There's nothing they can really do. I probably shouldn't have stood there. Just make sure that he didn't damage any of these or whatever. But yeah, we can repair that. And they're going to die. So that's pretty cool. It's a great design. Oh, probably should shut the door. Otherwise they come flying out, trying to escape their death trap. I mean, fair enough. You would, wouldn't you? And they're all around here. We can add like storage and stuff if we want and do what we like with that. So again, big shout out to Zerga who came up with this design. Now the cool thing is with that done is we can have a logging camp around here. So all of these trees that you see here are all fair game. As long as we're close enough to this, then we can be chopping down trees, collecting wood and core wood, whilst this is collecting us all of the Greydwarf drops passively. So that's really awesome. Then in the future, we can even plant trees around here if we like. And what I'm going to do is add some doors here. So if we want to come in here, we can just close the doors, just sit down here somewhere, and AFK this whole area for a while it fills up with all the drops. So this is a really nice thing to have in your world, and I'm very happy to have one in mind this early on. Well, now it's time to have some fun and use all of this iron that we've got on here to start upgrading a few things. So I've had a little look, and here's what we're going to do. First thing I want to make is the iron mace, because that is going to be really useful for us in the swamp biome, and it's going to now be pretty much our primary weapon. Now on top of that, we want to make up the iron bucklers. Let's see, what do we need for that? A bit of ancient bark, which I actually do have some of that somewhere. So I haven't cut down any trees in the swamp yet, but we got the ancient bark because there was actually just some, by luck, in one of the chests in the burial chambers, or the crypts I should say, that were in there. Let's see, this is going to be a bit slow. Let's do this the old-fashioned way, make it up like this, and run back over here. All right, so let's see. With that, we can now make up the buckler. So obviously you have different choice of shields, but I really like the parry bonus with this, which is why we're going to make that one up. I find that's really useful for a few things that we're going to be doing in the swamp. Now, the next thing, let's grab a load more iron. We're going to make up a sword as well. This sword has a lot of uses against different mobs, so that's going to be kind of our secondary weapon, and definitely worth having that one. We're also going to make up the iron pickaxe, so we can mine even more iron faster. faster. And when we do that, then obviously we can get even more of this stuff. So that just seems kind of useful. And I love upgrading my tools. Having better tools is really, really useful. And in line with that, the final thing we're going to make is going to be an iron axe as well. And I've also made up some iron nails, which will allow us to upgrade some of our furniture. But you can see here now we're upgrading to mostly iron tools and weapons and things. So that's pretty awesome. We can get rid of some of these older things now. We've moved from the Bronze Age into the Iron Age quite nicely. Now, I'd really like to make up the Iron Battle Axe, this one right here, but we're going to need more ancient bark in order to do that. Only a little bit, but we've got our Iron Axe now. We can head back to the swamp better prepared, get some of that, and then this will be one of the next things I make up when we have more iron as well, because we're a little bit short now. But that's going to be really useful against abominations, and it'd be good to kill a load of those and get the improved armor. Well, I was in the process of making up our logging camp, so here's a little preview of what that's going to look like. And we've had another raid here in the swamp. So yeah, it seems these events, not in the swamp, it's the swamp raid. But these events in the Black Forest seem pretty common. I don't know why that is. So eat up whatever food we've got here. At least we've got some new weapons to deal with these guys. And we can get some decent drops from them as well. So it's not really like too difficult of a raid, I won't think. We should, you know, hopefully we won't die at least. But yeah, we're getting lots of raids today, that's for sure. Okay, just as I said, I probably won't die. I'm down to like 20 health. So there's always a chance, I suppose. Alright, it says the smell is gone. It looks like we just about survived that one. Or as I say, that something else is shooting at me. Got one more of these Draga to deal with, I suppose. So yeah, not too bad. At least we didn't die. Oh, geez, hang on. Yep, let's hope I'm not talking too soon again. No, there we go. There we go. So we're going to finish up our logging camp now. I'll show you guys how that looks when it's done, of course. But I think so far it's looking all right. Oh, geez, there's another one here. Yep, there he is, just hiding in the trees from us. Okay, that's the final one done. So now I'm going to finish this build. From the Greydwarf farm that you see here, we've got a little path that goes up like this, and I've lit it up so that at night time, you know, it looks all right. Then up here, we've got our logging camp. Now, let's see, can I take everything in this chest away, hopefully, because we want to take this down, obviously, but that's how it's going to look. So obviously, it's more just something that's meant to look nice rather than be too functional. But in saying that, we do have a forge over here, so we can come in here to repair our axe after we're done with you know, logging for a bit. And we can sit down by the fire and stuff like that if we want to as well. I guess have a little cook up of things too. So there are some practical things too. But it's pretty central, like on this island, because we need to be near here. So we've got all of these trees around here where we can cut them down and the Greydwarf farm will still work. This path is designed that we can ramp things down there where our portal is as well. That's protected inside the Greydwarf farm. So I think that it looks reasonably nice. And this is like our first logging camp, but later on in the game, I'll be making much bigger builds. So this is just meant to be kind of a smaller rudimentary one, rather than something that's much, you know, bigger, more heavy duty, which we'll need to do later on in the game. And we'll do that when we have better tools and better materials to build with and more options and stuff like that. But yeah, let me know what you think. If you have any suggestions for the camp or the build or whatever, let me know down in the comments and perhaps we'll add them. Or let me know on stream when I'm streaming on the weekend. Now, I haven't checked on the boar farm all game, so I want to go check on that, or, you know, since we made it. So I want to see how many drops we're going to get out of that. I've got my butcher's knife made up and ready to go. Let's see how that's been doing. Okay, so we've got our butcher's knife equipped. Let's run inside. Oh, yes. Okay, there looks like there are quite a lot of boar in here. Bearing in mind as well, this is all just completely passive. I mean, we do have to feed the boar at the top every now and again, but then we just kind of forget about it. So let's see. You know what I'm going to do, actually? I'm just going to go over here a second and get rid of everything in my inventory, and then we can see how much we're actually going to pick up. Okay, so you can see right now I don't have any boar drops in my inventory, so I'm now going to kill all of the adult boar that are here, and we'll see how many drops we've actually gotten from this thing. So one mass slaughter later, and here's what we have. So we've got there 30 of the meat, 4 trophies, and almost 30 of the leather scraps as well. So not too bad for something that just works passively in the background, and we can come and pick up and add to our stocks over time. Now, if we do need something bigger in the future, we could definitely do that. We could potentially make up multiple ones of these or something like that. But I think for this stage of the game, it's actually pretty good going, and it's getting us plenty of drops for what we need. What I think I'll do is, now that we're in the swamp biome, we're starting to explore that, we should fairly soon find some turnips. And this area here can be a turnip farm. And then wherever boar 370 is, a special boar right here, I'll keep this boar and I'll kill the rest. So this boar is going to get its own special little place somewhere in this village, which I'll make up. But yeah, this seems like a really good spot for a turnip farm once we find those seeds, which hopefully we'll do on the live stream, because we're going to do a lot of swamp exploration when we're streaming. Now, for those of you that wanted the Abyssal Razor, as promised, we're now going to make that up. So here we go. I'm pretty happy to have this one made up myself, to be honest. So let's see, we could probably upgrade it as well, right? Let's just upgrade it. We don't need the chitin for anything else. We can only upgrade it once, but a level 2 Abyssal Razor, that's going to be pretty strong. This is a very good weapon. So slash and pierce there of 21 each. That's very good. So this will definitely be a very useful weapon. I'll keep that on me. The sword is more the sort of thing that I was going to test against the Abomination when we fight one, so that'll probably be done on stream. But as a walking around weapon, the razor is really good. I really like how fast you can attack with those things, and also obviously the amount of damage that that one does. And that will about do it for episode 2 on this world. We do have the stream coming up in a couple of days. Links to that in the description. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and as always, thank you so much for watching.